I used to be someone else. You can call me M tonight. You can be my man tonight. It's gonna be like that. That's right. Give you love that you'll never forget. The city is a place grand tonight. We gon' be like gangsters tonight. We don't give a damn if it's on the line. Light it up, we won't have no regrets. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. Lose your self-control, we can go wild. Show you what it means to feel alive. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. We don't have to speak that much. I hear you and I feel your touch. Whisper in my ear, make me blush. Feel the chills when we kiss, don't forget. All you wildest dreams, don't hold back. All the fantasies you ever had. Just do what you like, go ahead. Close your eyes, make a wish, no regrets. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. Lose your self-control, we can go wild. Show you what it means to feel alive. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life.
Surrender to the pleasure, wanting. When we breathe in together, waiting. It's either now or never for you. This feeling will take over. No sex tapes, no camera, wanting. Just you and me together, waiting. Repeat it like a mantra for you. I'm in love, I'm in love.
I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. Lose your self-control, we can go wild. Show you what it means to feel alive. I'll make this the best night of your life. I'll make this the best night of your life. Best night, best night, best night, best night, best night,
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Off Limits Show. This is your host, Donovan. Thanks for listening to the show tonight. Listening live or in the archives, wherever you're listening, I appreciate it. That was Best Night, an unreleased song from Madonna from her upcoming album. It's actually been released partially, Rebel Heart. If you haven't already checked it out, you can get it on iTunes. The first 6 songs of the album are available to you if you pre-order the album on iTunes now, and then you can get the other 13 songs once it releases in March, I think, officially. And she's going to release songs little by little. But I already have all the songs that I got them from like one of the leaks. I'm sure you've heard about all the leaks and her poor Madonna suffered as a result of technology lately. And I don't feel bad about it because I know I'm going to buy her album anyway. But I did download the leaked, the final version of the leaks, and that was one of the songs. I love that song, Best Night. It really is, honestly, one of the best albums she's ever done in her entire career. And it's very different than she's done lately and throughout most of her oeuvre. And I've said to my fellow friends who are also Madonna fans and love Madonna as much as I do, that it's probably, in my opinion, so far, what I've heard has been the best album since Ray of Light, which is my favorite album of all time. Before that was Erotica. So anyway, I had to gush a little bit, but I'm going to be playing a few of her songs, a few of the unreleased songs throughout the show. So if you want to hear them, feel free to listen through the breaks. But anyway, welcome to the show. This is the first show for 2015 of the Off Limits show, and I am broadcasting to you here from Dallas. And I thought I would try something different this year, and I do something different with the show, because I've been so busy as of late that I haven't had much time to devote to the show as I once did. And, I used to do shows probably 5 times a week at least, and hour plus 2 hour shows even sometimes. So this year, I'm not sure how long each show will be. Sometimes it'll be, an hour. Sometimes it'll be 2 hours. Sometimes 3 hours. Sometimes it'll be 15 minutes. Sometimes it'll be 5 minutes. So I'm going to do them every day for the rest of the year. I missed the first 2 days of the year, I guess, technically, because this is the third. But, I'm sure you'll forgive me for that. But anyway, maybe I'll make it up at one point throughout the year, do 2 shows in one day or something. But I want to try this and see what happened, and just kind of talk about, use the show as I've always used it, as a platform to talk about things that are important to me, which are, of course, civil liberties, civil rights, race, relations, homophobia, religion, politics, every sex, everything you're not supposed to talk about in polite conversation. So those are the things I like to talk about on the show, and I'll continue to talk about those things. But I also am going to do it just every day and not necessarily always have a particular agenda. So I may just pop on and talk to you about whatever is on my mind, or talk to you about current topics or whatever. So anyway, feel free to listen. And if you haven't listened to the show before, you can always go to offlimitsshow.com. That's offlimits.com. And you can listen to the shows there. You can find out what's going on with me there. You can also read the blog there, and also subscribe to the newsletter if you like. And you can also ask me questions. If you have a question you'd like me to ask, I do give really great advice, I'm told. Have been told all my life, because I'm a really good listener. So if you have something you would like to ask me advice on, you can always ask me advice by sending an email to info at offlimitsshow.com. Or you can also on Facebook post a message on Facebook to me, Off Limits Show, search for that. The page is also called Off Limits Show, and also my user account on Facebook. And also on Twitter. You can go to Twitter and you can ask me send a direct message to me there if you have a question you'd like me to answer, or something you just want to talk about. Feel free to come on there and do that. So anyway, that's the deal with this year's show. And by the way, if you listen to the show on iHeartRadio, by the way, of course, I also broadcast all the shows live on Spreaker. Spreaker, Spreaker.com. Feel free to go there and listen to all the shows and listen to them live as well. But if you do listen to the show on iHeartRadio, iHeart is a great platform because, we reach a lot more people that way. But unfortunately, they have a lot of restrictions that other platforms don't have. One of which is we can play only 30 seconds worth of music throughout the entire show. So that's why when you listen to shows on iHeart, if you listen to the same show on iHeart sometimes that you listen to on Spreaker, you'll get far more robust or far more content on Spreaker than you would on iHeart. So on iHeart, you may hear me talking or referring to music I just played, and it doesn't appear. Well, that's why, because the whole show is on Spreaker, and I cut out or edited the show to edit out the music on the iHeart show. So that's why, just FYI, if you listen to it that way. But wherever you want to listen to it, I appreciate you listening to the show at all. And this is my 5th year doing this show, and it's been interesting. So I want to talk about New Year's first, I guess, because it's the new year, and I always do every year. Like most people, I've always done resolutions. And, excuse me. And this year I didn't do any this year, and I deliberately chose not to do any resolutions because, frankly, they never work for me. Just because the year has changed and the sun has made one full loop around, or excuse me, the Earth has made one full loop around the sun. I think that it doesn't really make me any more likely to stay on track with anything I set out to do or resolve for that year. It is good to have goals, I think, and to have goals is good, but I usually do something different. I guess you could call it resolutions, but what I do is I make a list of the things I want to accomplish in that year. And at the end of the year, I see what I've accomplished. I don't really consider that a resolution because I don't have to do them. It's just a kind of a guideline or a goal of what I want to accomplish. And it really works well for me. And looking back on the years I've made those lists, I've really accomplished almost all of those things. And I do think and feel, not to get too new agey on you, but I do think and feel that, you can manifest things in your life by thinking about them or constantly, putting your energy or thoughts into that particular, whatever it is that you want to accomplish or achieve or obtain or whatever. So I certainly try to do that every year anyway. And it worked last year and it worked the year before that. So I'm still going to do that. But I don't make resolutions and say, well, this year my New Year's resolution is to lose weight or to gain weight or to get fit or to be, I don't know, tanner or whatever the fuck it is people ask for, or have more money or have a different job or whatever people want, get a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Those kinds of things I don't do. And I've just decided not to do that this year and just to focus on my goals and keep them in my mind. And that's what I'm doing. But every year, it's hard to, I don't know, the end of the year is always really kind of fast. It goes by so quickly because you have, Halloween is the first big holiday, which is a fun holiday, and you get dressed up or whatever. You may have trick-or-treaters. And then you have Thanksgiving where you get together with your family and or friends and you eat a huge fucking meal. And then you have Christmas where you get together with family and or friends and you give each other a lot of presents that you don't really need. And then you have New Year's Eve, where you get together with family and or friends where you get drunk. So it's a lot, like all cram packed into the very end of the year. And it's just jam packed time frame. And so it's very tiring in a way. I know for me, it's like, I feel exhausted by the time New Year's Eve comes almost every year. I'm like, I always plan to go do something and, we want to go like to downtown and celebrate. This year we were going to get the Ritz-Carlton. We actually reserved a hotel at the Ritz-Carlton downtown and we were going a hotel room, which is really near, like it was within walking distance from where Dallas celebrates their big celebration. Like our Times Square is called Victory Park. Okay. And so it's in walking distance. And there's also a W Hotel in Victory Park, but it's always booked ahead of time. So we were going to get one there and go there and just stay the night and then walk down there and to Victory Park and celebrate and watch the fireworks, et cetera, and the bands. But it was so fucking cold on New Year's Eve. It was like 32 degrees or something was the high, or 36 or something. And it was sleeting and raining both. And, I was exhausted from the holidays. So was my husband. We just were not in the mood to go. So I went actually and got a bottle of champagne, which my favorite champagne is Veuve Clicquot, which is a very famous, popular champagne. It's the champagne of kings and queens. It's the one with the yellow label. I'm sure you've recognized it if you've seen it before. It's my favorite. I love the flavor of it, the way it tastes or whatever. So that's why I always get that every year. But it's always gone. It's never there when I go to get it. It's always missing. So the only way to get it is to order it online ahead of time usually, or get it really early in the year, like June or July or August or something, and then save it for New Year's Eve. Because by the time New Year's rolls around, it's completely gone. Anyway, and it usually costs about $80 to $100 a bottle, and it's delicious. I love it. But this year, it was, of course, not available, so we went to Specs, which is a liquor store here in Dallas. I don't know if you have those all around the country or not. And I asked if they had it. They said no, and so the guy recommended a different champagne, and I can't remember what it's called. Something with a G, a Gosling or something like that. It was a French champagne, and it was actually really good. I liked it a lot. It was delicious, actually, and I liked it a lot. So it was good to find something new. It was only $40. So I guess it really doesn't matter how much something costs. I think it's more about marketing because champagne really is champagne. All champagne, actual champagne, comes from the Champagne region of France. So that's why if it doesn't come from there, you have to call it sparkling wine. So anyway, I did that, and we had like munchies and stuff. We ordered dining in, which is I'm sure you guys have that here or wherever you are probably. It's a service where you can order from a regular restaurant, like Chili's or a nice restaurant or whatever, and they'll deliver the food for you from the restaurant. So